All right, we are live. So today is really a no trade day because it is a Monday and Powell speaks at noon. So it's honestly hardly even worth being on the charts, but I will be on the charts because I want to get in screen time and I want to consistently be on the charts from 8:50 a.m. until 11 a.m. Eastern. I want to consistently get that screen time in, even if I won't be trading, just to gain the experience that I need to gain. However, in reality, there's no way I'm taking a trade today. It's no news Monday before Powell speaks. Just makes no sense. So, yeah. Hopefully you guys are all doing good. And I don't know why I have both of these up on the same screen. Actually, let me um, exit out of the S&P real quick. Just gets a little chaotic when you have both of them on the same screen. I'll switch between the two tabs, but I don't want them on the same screen. And then, anyway, yeah, hope you guys are doing good. There's not a lot to discuss today necessarily because there's not really much going on for trading. But we can talk about the weekly range and we can talk about some other things as well. So, I want to go a little bit more in depth into my weekly outlook that I talked about last week. Yesterday, I was talking about my weekly outlook, and in general, you can see we got this clear reaction here off this key level, this midpoint, this mean threshold of the order block, and then we close back below the swing low. That to me is a big red flag, especially because this is a weekly fair value gap as well, and this is also a breaker block as well. So, like three confluences here where it gets rejected, right? So, what am I possibly looking to see? Well, first I'm looking to see us go to this weekly fair value gap. That's kind of the short-term draw on liquidity to me. So that means weekly draw on liquidity. That means that this weekly swing low, right, from Monday, this is the this weekly swing low. This is a previous week's low. So this is the draw on liquidity, essentially, that I see, right? Previous week's low. Now in the short term, especially on a Monday, it's like kind of hard to know, like, are we gonna go up first or are we gonna go down? We pushed into this 4-hour gap here. And this is just good to get chart time, right? We're not necessarily we're not taking any trades today because it is a Monday, but we are just observing the charts for what they are and gaining experience and trying to figure out the weekly range a little bit. So, but no trades today. 4-hour gap. You can see price pushed into this 4-hour gap earlier this morning. Let's mark out our session ranges just for fun, I guess. And you kind of just have, like even on days that are supposed to be good, if you get choppy price action, you have to know not to trade, sometimes you have to just be able to know with common sense, like if a day is a good day to trade, you'll be able to tell if there's good price action or if there's bad price action. That's something that you gain with experience, though. That's from Thursday. Okay. $20. I'm looking for 20. Okay. Yeah, it's just always good to get the practice in, even when it's a Nonies Monday. I mean, I'm just marking out the chart. So this was Asia. It's a funny looking Asian session because it moved. Asia had a lot of movement, which is surprising, right? So that's Asia. And I know Justin did a trade in Asia session, so maybe we could take a look at that. But we can see that we pushed into this 4-hour gap, and we swept all these lows. So with that in mind, and we also violated this 5-minute fair value gap, and we pushed back down into this BPR. So it's giving me, especially because we closed above this 5-minute. I guess we close above it? Barely. It's giving me the sign that order flow is bullish, right? Because we went into this 4-hour fair value gap, closed above this, and then went back into this BPR. But we'll see what happens here. But like I said, no trades today. We're going to take a look at Justin's trade because I want to understand it a little better. So we have Justin's trade here. First Asia session in a while. So he said there's an SMT here. He marked out the standard deviations of this move. He's looking at this area, this 2 to 2.5 area. And for some reason he has the 3.5 standard deviation marked out. Maybe you're supposed to use the 3.5. I don't know. I thought it was 4 to 4.5, but could be wrong. Anyway, if I zoom in here, oh, I can't zoom in. Okay, well, like if we look closely here, I'm wondering why he entered here. I mean, this is a high, low, higher high, lower low. So I think he's saying like this is okay. Basically, he's arguing this is a low, high, lower low. Wait, no. High, low, higher high, lower low. So this first down close candle is the candle he marked out as the breaker block. So he pulled this breaker block over, right? So that's why he has this first candle marked out. So high, low, higher high, lower low. That signature in price is a breaker block. He highlighted the first red bearish down close candle. He dragged that over and essentially said this is like a high time frame breaker block, and we got an SMT, another low time frame SMT within this high time frame breaker block. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna enter because we swept this high. So he entered off of this reaction to this breaker block, this inverse out of this breaker block, and then he simply targeted some kind of low here. So very good at using the high time frame model within the low time frame model, if that makes sense. So like high, low, higher high, lower low. This first down close candle is the breaker block he used. You could have also highlighted this whole entire thing, but he chose to use the first down close candle. He highlighted that, dragged it over, and then pushed up in here, inverse, with an SMT, then targeting this low. I believe that's what he did. It looks like that's what he did. If I'm wrong, let me know in the chat if you guys see anything different. But that's seeming to me what he did. Very cool trade. Let's mark it out just for fun for us, just so we can get better. You can see, so this 20 o'clock high, and this 2018 high. This 20 o'clock high. High, lower high. '20, 2018. Oh yeah, this is a higher high, see? Higher high, lower high. Okay, so see that, SMT? Lower high, 20, 2018. 20, higher high, lower high. So there's an SMT here. That's what he's pointing out. And I also don't know why he didn't mark this out, but clearly this is an SMT as well, right? This 18 to 20, right? Because look, high, lower high, high, lower high, right? 18, 18, 20, 20, 20. So high, lower high. 18, 20, lower high, higher high. So this is an SMT as well. So I don't know why I didn't mark that out, right? But he used this SMT for some reason. So he's basically like, look at this, man. This is a high, low, higher high, lower low. And he must have been on the very low time frame. So he was on a high, low, higher high, lower low. High, low, higher high, lower low. Price pushes back into this breaker block. Let's mark this out. So this must have been on the 15-second. So look, high, low, higher high, lower low. High, low, higher high. Sweeping some form of liquidity, right? It swept this high, lower low. The series of down close candles right here. This is the breaker block. Now I don't know why he he entered probably off the inverse off of this breaker block or something like that. So I don't know exactly what his entry model was, but clearly it was coming off of this breaker block. So the series of down close candles, I guess, before this order block. Breaker block. And then boom. And he entered on the inverse or something like that. Okay, let's get rid of that because we don't really need it anymore. We're just looking at his trade, trying to learn from everyone. Like we said, order flow is bullish, and clearly order flow is proving us right. Market is headed up. We reacted off of this 4-hour gap here. So pretty much is going as expected. Once again though, Monday forms a range. It's not like I'm actually trying to trade this. I could see us coming up into this imbalance here. Let's mark out London. London 2 until 5. So you can see how London and Asia both kind of formed these like not necessarily equal lows, but kind of relatively equal lows, just chilling above this 4-hour gap, and then New York pushes into this 4-hour gap. It pushes into this 4-hour gap. Um, and so what this is like, to me, this is a classic. Uh, I'm pretty sure. So I call this one. Some people call this one New York manipulation. This daily profile. Let me make sure this is right. Some people call this one New York manipulation, where you have like this forms an accumulation range. We manipulate down in New York, and then we distribute up. I would consider this more like just like AMD, right? Because AMD. Now, that's just my take on this daily profile. Now, I could be wrong with the exact terminology on it, but like essentially we manipulate into a key level during New York and we distribute higher after forming an accumulation range between during Asia and London. So Asia and London form a range, we manipulate down into New York, into this key level, this 4 hour for value gap, and then we distribute higher. So that is essentially the daily profile for today. But yeah, I'm not trading today because it's just not a high probability day. But looking like we are right about daily profile so far, and pretty much everything we said this morning. That order flow was bullish. We're right about that. So what am I targeting, or what am I expecting to be the draw on liquidity here? I am expecting, if I take a look at possible highs to target, I would say previous day's high. Since we reacted off of this 4 hour key level, I would say previous day's high is almost for sure the draw on liquidity. That's the short term draw on liquidity. Previous day's high. So previous day's high, this is the draw on liquidity. As well as Asia's highs. Previous day's high and Asia's highs, right? Previous day's highs and Asia's highs. You can see this Asia and London kind of form low resistance liquidity here. So we are getting possibly like a 1 hour change in state of delivery here. If this closes in less than 20 minutes, this will be a 1 hour change in state of delivery, which would essentially tell us that the next few hours are going to be bullish and that we are going to run this trendline liquidity here. If this 1 hour ISD were to close. But yeah, this area right here is a imbalance SIBI, so I would expect us to run up into that if we were to close above this on the 1 hour. On the 15 minute, we have 5 minutes until I don't know if you call that this would be more like a 30-minute market structure shift here. Yeah, I would say this is the market structure shift, right? If this 15-minute can close, we'll get this market structure shift here. If this closes, we'll get some kind of market structure shift. I mean, yes, this closed above here, but this is the clear and obvious market structure shift. But we're just gonna get rid of it for now because, yeah, more. I just want to see this 1 hour close and get a CISD. That's really what I want to see. And same thing on the 2 hour, right? If this 2 hour CISD forms, that would be cool. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. So, with this in mind, we should discuss. With this in mind, we should discuss some possible weekly profiles because we know the week is wanting to be bearish, right? So if the week wants to be bearish, what do we expect at the beginning of the week? Manipulation, right? So this makes sense in the context of the weekly profile. Monday wants to either form a range or manipulate to the upside into a key level, this 2-hour fair value gap here, right? Now, I'm curious if this formed a high within this 2-hour gap, would that be an SMT? 9 o'clock high, and let's see. So Thursday. So we need to see one of these guys run this high, either the S&P or the NASDAQ, and then one of them not run this high, right? So maybe the NASDAQ wants to run up to this high, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. But that would be pretty good if we got an SMT here. Like if NASDAQ forms a higher high and the S&P forms a lower high, I mean, maybe the S&P will form a higher high. I'm not sure, but yeah, we'll see. We're right about the bias for today so far, though, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I'm expecting us to be drawn to the previous day's high now, probably. That seems to be the drawn liquidity at the very least. Possibly Asia's highs or running this low resistance liquidity. We also have today's lows, which could always be a drawn liquidity, but this seems like a New York manipulation day because we had this 4-hour key level that got tapped into as well. This is like a 4-hour order block here, so it seems more likely to me that we are going to distribute to the upside because we manipulated into this 4-hour gap, and we took out these lows. We swept out these lows, so it seems more likely that to me we're going to run up to previous day's high and Asia's high, and run this low resistance liquidity. That seems more likely to me. We will see what happens. Let's look at Twitter and see what people said today. And if they said anything. No one said anything so far today. So, yeah, most people are not trading today because it's a Monday. Powell speaks later today, so it's just kind of weird that the market's even moving right now, honestly. Like, I would expect a lot more consolidation right now, but we are starting to move higher. And so order flow seems bullish to me. I wouldn't be surprised if this becomes an order block in just a second. If this becomes an order block, this would tell me that order flow is bullish. So if in 40 seconds this becomes an order block, that would tell me order flow is bullish. 30 seconds until this becomes an order block here. You see this right here. For 30 seconds until this becomes an order block. And then this would tell me order flow is bullish. But we're not getting a close above. Interesting. Higher high. Lower high. Right? 936. 944. 936. We got bearish SMT. After sweeping London's highs, we got a bearish SMT. Interesting. That might not mean much, honestly. I'm still bullish. I don't know. Good thing we're not trading today. We don't need to hurt ourselves. We are just getting some market watch time. It's the market experience. Oh, crap. I'm gonna keep my same bias because I don't trust these low time frame SMTs a lot, right? I'm going to keep my same bias and conviction, and that previous day's high is to draw on liquidity because if, like I said, if the weekly range is gonna go down, we would expect Monday to do what? Manipulate up or consolidate sideways. And then either Monday goes up and gets into this area, or Tuesday goes up and gets into this area or this area. So we're expecting Monday/Tuesday to manipulate to the upside. That's what if the daily range is going to go down, we're expecting Monday or Tuesday to go up and manipulate into this area, either this area or up here, just depending on where they want to go. So yeah, previous day's high seems to be the draw on liquidity right up here. Previous day's high. So we will see if that's where it ends up going. Well, since nothing's going on, I'm probably just gonna lay down and chill out. But if you guys need anything, message me in the chat. But we are just gaining experience today, so there's not really like a ton of active watching we need to be doing for trades. So I'm just gonna kind of chill out, and I might film my other TikTok for the day because I still need to do that. So I'm gonna chill out for now, and let me know if you guys need anything. But we're gonna be watching the charts. The stream is still gonna be live, and I'll let you know if I see anything that's worthwhile. So yeah. Yeah, that's probably good. Uh, all right. I think that looks good, guys. It's also worth noting that we don't have to go to previous day's high. The draw on liquidity could just be Asia's high. So I don't know. You know, like I can't predict the future, but let's just leave the chart marked out and see what happens. This could be wrong. Don't. If it's wrong, then it's wrong. But this is kind of what I see for the day. So. Alright, we'll just leave this. I don't really care. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't really care too much. All right. Hey, Ronnie. So, yeah, on especially on a day like today when it's a Monday, I kind of just like I'm not taking a trade, right? Because it's a no news Monday, and we have Powell speaking at 12. So I'm like, I don't really want to take a trade. I just don't take trades on no news Mondays, especially because, yeah, clearly this is a consolidation. But with that in mind, it's still fitting the description of what seems to me like a New York manipulation daily profile, and I'll show you what I mean. So, if I go to T Trade's PDF library, you can see here's bullish New York manipulation. You have London and Asia kind of form a range. We push into a high time frame key level, so this is like 4-hour or greater key level, and then we distribute up. And the reason I think that Monday could distribute up today is because on the higher time frame, I'm actually expecting, since we rejected this weekly fair value gap, we rejected this weekly fair value gap and closed back down below this swing high. Since we rejected this weekly fair value gap, I'm actually expecting this weekly. Sorry, this is a lot of text here, so let me get rid of all this. We rejected this weekly fair value gap. I'm actually expecting this week to be a bearish week, especially with all this low resistance liquidity here and relatively equal lows here, which are also, you'll note the relatively equal lows here are also the previous week's low, and it's also this weekly fair value gap. So this weekly fair value gap, this previous week's low, and these relatively equal lows are all at the same area. So if that's the case, then I would possibly expect to see move higher on Monday and Tuesday before the rest of the week continues down, or move higher maybe just on Monday before the rest of the week continues down. Now, this candle body did close with this giant wick, so it's kind of unclear right now. The 15-minute broke structure, but we'll see if that holds. We also had an SMT here, so we had this SMT. So I don't weight these 1-minute SMTs a ton because they're on the 1 minute. So like this was an SMT, but with this being possible like Judas swing at market open, I kind of feel like we could continue higher and target previous day's highs. Now obviously I could be wrong, but this is a giant fair value gap, and until we close below this, everything seems like within the realm of what should be happening if this were to be a buy day, right? Until we close below this. If we close below this, especially on like a 3-minute, then like if we close below this, then that would definitely invalidate my bias here. But as of right now, we do not have a close below, and price is holding this area. So, but yeah, I'm not taking any trades today. It's just a lower probability day. So we got an SMT here, so maybe we do close below. Now I'm okay if I'm wrong because I'm just getting better, honestly. But that's the whole point of doing live streams every day. I gotta get better, you know? But I don't know. This could just be like the wick doing the damage, and then we continue higher. On the low time frame, I'm curious. Do we have Like, there's no this is pretty choppy price action. So like, even if this wasn't no news Monday, I would not really trade this. But like I've been saying though, I am completely okay with being wrong because the whole point of these live streams is I'm just gonna keep getting better. So that's what matters. This is an order block, 5-minute order block here. So we'll see if we react off of this. Yeah, we did sweep London's highs, so I need to draw out London and Asia again. Here's London. Oh no, this is Asia. Okay, so if we're wrong about the buys, then where might we be going? Maybe we're going down here immediately. Okay. But I don't know, man. I this seems like trendline liquidity. Like, this seems like it's generated to be ran through. I'm just not convinced that we're gonna go down. Especially because this is the, oh, look at this. This is an order block, I guess. You could call this an order block, right? So we push back into this, and we swept this low. But I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm just tape reading. I'm not trading today. Whoops. So looks like we are possibly finding support here from this fair value gap after sweeping this low. I'm curious, did we come back in the discount of this range? Oh, that would be interesting. Let's see. From the high to the low, yeah, look that. We came back in the discount. We came back in the discount and we reacted off of this order block in discount. Very interesting. As well, this order block is in discount of this range too. Maybe I'm wrong about the bias. I don't know. We'll see. Are there any like relatively equal highs or lows? The 15-minute did break structure to the upside. So, like, this is a market structure shift, right? As I like get more trading days in, I will gain more conviction with my thoughts. Like, my inexperience is the thief of my conviction right now. But like, once I get like a whole bunch more trading days in, I'm gonna have so much more conviction. Just a matter of time. So yeah, market structure shift, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know, because we swept Asia's highs. That's pretty significant. So maybe the draw on liquidity previous day's low. I don't know. Yeah, this 5-minute just inversed. This is why I'm not trading today. I don't really know what's going on. Well, we swept Asia's high, so I'm assuming we're gonna go to previous day's low now, or low of day. I'm assuming we're gonna go to low of day now. I assume. Interesting how you can't like just assume that we're gonna go to like the super far out draw on liquidity. You have to assume like, hey, this is the first target, Asia's highs. We might not make it past Asia's highs, right? And you can't just assume we're gonna go to previous day's high. If I don't know, you gotta be aware we could go sweep sell side again. So. Okay, we'll see if we hit low of day now. Because we inversed this gap and we swept days just highs, right? We'll see. Maybe I gotta give more weight into those 1 minute SMTs, honestly. The SMT did a lot of damage, clearly. It was like, had a giant dump after. Higher high, lower high. Okay. I'm just gonna be watching the market again. Let me know if you need anything, but I'm just gonna be chilling because I'm not taking any trades today. I'm just watching. So.